Hi, it's Verna from DVLibrary. I'm here with Crafty Kids. Today we are going to make a googly eyes, there he is, pen or pencil craft. And we need to thank Kelly from the website Typically Simple as she inspired this. She actually gave all the directions for it. If you want to look it up there on the website Typically Simple, it's called a Googly Eyes Pen Craft. Although I happen to make mine with pencil because I have a lot of pencils, but then I thought you're going to have to sharpen it and that might be a little bit of a problem. But anyways, if you can deal with that, you can use a pencil or you can use a pen for this. What else will you need other than your pencil or your pen? Well, let's back this up here so we can see what I've got going on. So you're going to need two kinds of fabric. You're going to need some scissors that can cut the fabric. You might want a ruler, your pen or your pencil that you're going to use, and some glue. Now I'm going to use hot glue for this, but I'm pretty sure it'll still work with white glue if you're more patient about it. And you're going to need some googly eyes. So that's what I've got. Oops, in this container are a few googly eyes there. Okay, so let's get started. So first thing, you're going to have to pick which kind of fabric you want to be on the body of your googly-eyed guy and which you want to be his hair. Okay, so I think I'm going to pick this for the body. It's got a little bit of sparkle in it, and this for the hair. Okay, so for the body, oh, it's a bit of a scrap, and this is great for using up scraps. For the body, you're going to want to cut a long skinny strip, but if it's not super long or long enough, it's okay. You can do a few little strips together. So that's going to be about 1 centimeter wide, and then I did mine about 40 centimeters long, but as I say, you can adjust that if needed. So I think, I'm looking at mine, if I cut off this bit of scrap right about here, that's probably going to do me for that. And then it's not a perfect exact science. So I'm not even using my ruler, I'm just estimating. And if you've got the fabric that you can rip it, that's pretty handy. You just get the cut started and then you can rip along. So here I go, I've got my piece for the body. And if I end up needing a little more, I can get a little more. All right, now I'm going to do the hair. For the hair, you need, it's going to be about 5 centimeters wide, and it's going to be 30 centimeters long. Okay, apologies. My phone just went off. I'm going to turn the volume down there. All right, it's life, you know. So I am going to peek and see what my 5 centimeters is approximately, because I'm not quite as good at estimating that. Now this happens to be a piece of fabric that has been, what do you call that kind of a scissors that you use there? Oh, I can't think of it right now, but that doesn't matter if you've got that or don't have that. So there we go. I ripped mine off here. I think this is about the 12 centimeters that, or sorry, not 12, the 30 centimeters that we were looking for. Got a little bit of danglies, so I'm just going to get rid of those little bits of thread. Put them off to the side. Okay, so now, first thing we're going to do is we are going to wrap the body of the pencil. And we're going to do that by adding a little bit of glue on. You can start one end or the other, doesn't really matter. But add a little bit of glue, start wrapping, and a little bit more glue as you go. Wrap some more until you get all the way to the end. So for me, it's time for hot glue, but feel free to try it with the white glue as well. I'm just not patient enough to use the other stuff right now. Okay, so I've got my beginning, and so now I'm going to just add a bit more hot glue. Of course, if you're using hot glue, make sure you either have your parents' permission or you're getting some help, because it's called hot glue for a reason. It's hot. It could burn you. Okay, and just adding a little bit. You don't have to have glue absolutely everywhere because the wrap of it should hold. As long as it's at the beginning and the end that you've got some glue, it should be okay. All right. So I was kind of thinking, some of you might know those kind of pencils that are fuzzy hair pencils, and you go between your fingers and then their hair goes crazy. Well, I was thinking about that craft, but then I was thinking not many people have that kind of craft fur at home, but a lot of folks have scrap fabric. So that's why I went with this craft. If you do have that fun hair craft fur, it's called, at home, you could make one of those crazy hair pencils. That would be awesome. I had one when I was a kid, I think, or maybe it was my grandma had one. Remember, it was a lot of fun. But this is pretty close. Okay, wow, my piece of fabric worked out just right. But if you have too much, and I did on my last one, you can snip it off. Okay, next thing we're going to do now is we're going to get the hair ready. So how to get the hair ready? Now we cut this about 5 centimeters wide. So you want to go about 3 to 4 centimeters cutting down. So it's going to give him the, the crazy hair. So that's how we got it. We cut down, but we want to leave the bottom uncut so we have a good place to glue there. All right. So I'll do a little cut here and then I'll hold it up so you can see a bit better maybe. Oh, and how far apart? Suggesting like half a centimeter maybe. So those might be too fat, but see, that's about how far, okay, it's all floppy, that I cut down. Just give you an idea. Okay, so here we go. Chop, chop, chop. This is the part of the show that's not quite so interesting, hey? That's okay. If you're doing it along with me in real time, you won't have to pause the video or anything. If you just want to see what comes next, you can fast forward through the video. Pretty handy, hey? Okay. So this week also, we should have on our story on request, also on the YouTube channel here, a fun story about a pencil, or several pencils, but one main pencil. So that's part of what inspired this craft too. So on Wednesdays at 11:30, we've always got a new story. So you could see that. It's called Little Red Writing, the story that I've got for you. Now, if you're watching this video later and that story isn't there anymore, you can take it out from the library to read. We've only got publisher permission to have it up for a certain amount of time, so. All right. I was thinking these pencils too could be a fun little gift you could give to somebody if you're needing, or pens. Probably better to do it on a pen. Fun little gift for someone. Okay, I'm almost through. How are you doing? Okay, there I am to the end. So now, Kelly on the Typically Simple website, she suggested here we're going to, easiest way to do this is going to be to put the glue along here. Now if it's hot glue or you're worried it's going to dry too soon, just do a little bit. And then we're going to roll the pencil along, roll it along, and it's going to pick up that hair. Okay? So I'm going to put a little bit, get me started. And you should see, now you might have to help it along a little bit, but as the glue goes on it, it does start to just pick up the hair by itself. Okay. A little more glue. Whoa. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Here we go. Well, this strip wasn't exactly all the same width all the way down, but that's okay. It might just make the hair a little more crazy, which is always fun. And that's what it's about, right? Having some fun. Okay, I'm getting close to the end. Whoops. Ooh, that's some hot glue. And just the very end. So the very end, you might want to just apply a little bit extra glue. Whoops. Just to make sure that it's going to stay, because just like before, beginning and the end is the big important parts. Okay, so there we go. Now you can fluff up the hair, shake it around. I wonder what happens if I do that. Ooh, that does work with these too. That's kind of fun. Okay, so the last thing we need, give it a little personality. We've got to put some googly eyes on. Okay, so I'm going to pick out, that might be a little bit big. I don't know if I've got any other ones that size in here. Okay, here's two the same size. And now just close to the bottom of the hair is where you're going to apply the eyes. Whew. That hot glue wants to get me. Let's see, one more eye. Oh, it's on the table, it won't come up. Okay, here we go. It's one of the things I find quite interesting working with children's crafts. I find googly eyes everywhere. The other day I opened up a bottle of, what you call it, of glue stick. And there was one googly eye just right there on the top of the glue stick looking at me. It was the perfect size. Yep, those eyes do Google very well. So there's my googly-eyed, I guess that would be the lady and this would be the man. There we are. So I hope you had fun with that craft and enjoy doing some writing now. Or drawing. Okay, we'll see you next time.